Welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to talk about the colonization of Ghana. In 1471, the Portuguese arrived in this country. They found gold at the coast, so they named the place Goldcoast. They started trading with the people in gold, ivory, and salt. Basically, they engaged in a system called barter trade, in which the people of Gold gave them their gold, their salt, their natural things in exchange for the Portuguese artificial things such as their accessories, their perfume, and so many other things. The British joined them in 1553 and they began to trade the people. As trade was ongoing, there were a lot of war going on between the Fantis and the Ashantis, and the British government wasn't happy about it, so they sent Sir Charles McCarthy to represent them in Gold. When Sir Charles McCarthy came, he joined forces with the people of Elmina, as the Fantis, and they began to, settle disputes through wars. They fought with the Ashantis in the year 1824, and the Ashantis won. And basically, Sir Charles McCarthy was wounded in the war and he killed himself. And the British government wasn't happy with that. The British therefore decided to go to another war with the Ashantis because they wanted to bring their power down. They fought with the Ashantis in the year 1826. This time around, the British won, and the British government was still not happy with what was going on in Gold Coast because they wanted the people to trade instead of the constant war. So the British government called all the British officials back into Europe. The British officials didn't want to go back because they were so invested in the trade, and therefore they decided to appoint their own leader, who was Sir George Macleay. Sir George Macleay was a clever man who was able to settle disputes between the British and the Ashantis so that trade could move on smoothly. As this was ongoing, the British decided to rule the people of Gold Coast, that's the coastal state. They signed a treaty called the Bond of 1844, and in this treaty, they urged the parties to, stop the human sacrifice, and also the parties wanted the British to protect them. Therefore, they, signed a bond. That's the details of the bond, basically. And this led to the colonization of the coastal states. The Ashantis weren't, colonized yet, because they didn't want to give into the European power. Therefore, they attacked the British in the year 1874. That is the Sovereignty War. In this war, the British were angry that the Ashantis broke the peace treaty. Basically, the bond that they signed with the Fantis, the Ashantis went to fight with them, therefore breaking the peace treaty. The British were very angry and they fought with the Ashantis. They burned Marseille. It was a very, serious war. When I say serious, thousands of the British men died, 2,000 of the Ashanti men died, and imagine, Marseille was being burned. The then king, that's Nana Prempeh, Nana Prempeh one was sent into exile in Seychelles. Can you imagine that? The Ashantis king was being sent away, and this made the Ashantis people very, very, very furious. And although their empire was nearly collapsing, the Ashantis decided to remain strong. So after the Second War, the British made the Ashantis signed an agreement, which was the Formina Agreement. In this agreement, they were asked to pay 50,000 ounces of gold, and they were asked to stop pestering the Fantis or the coastal states, to stop taking rent from them and to give them their freedom. The Ashantis did not obey the Formina War. The Ashantis did not pay the money. The British governor went to the Ashantis and demanded to sit on the golden stool. This made the Ashantis very angry, and Queen Mother of Ejisu, Yasantua, encouraged the Ashantis to go for a war and take back their pride and to take back their their people. They went in this war, which occurred in 1901. In this war, the British defeated the Ashantis and led to the capture of Yaa Santua. She was sent to Seychelles, and this is how the British began to rule Gold Coast.